Life. Good morning, everyone. So, Instagram, Facebook, all my Facebook platforms, and YouTube. Good morning. Welcome to another live stream. My name is Elisha Jacobs. I am the CEO of Innovative Solutions, and I help coaches and course creatives and even service professionals leverage technology so they can save time and they can do what they do best inside of their business. So I just want to check two things: the tech, just to ensure that everything is working, because I'm multi streaming on different platforms. So give me 1 minute. Let me ensure everything is on point and then we can get started. So today's stream, it's been a while, but I'm back. I always say that in my live because since the last live I think I did was last week. So, um, welcome to the live. So happy to be here and teaching. Hey, Jackie, good morning. Grand rising to you, Queen. So, I am so happy to talk about customer experience and your systems. And the reason why this topic is so important to me today, and I really wanted to share on it because as I'm working with clients and as I'm in different spaces and rooms, one of the things that has been coming up quite frequently this in the past 2 weeks is customer experience and customer service. And even as a service professional and also accessing services from other service professionals, I find that the customer experience and customer service, there are certain gaps that need to be addressed. So I have my trusty notebook with some notes on how you can start marrying your customer experience to your systems, right? If you know that this live stream is going to be helpful, especially those who are on Facebook or you're on Instagram, tag someone, share the stream out so this would be beneficial to them and they can get this good information. So, in today's session, I really want to talk about customer experience. And I think there is a wrong perception or a wrong notion that until somebody actually purchases something from your business, either a service or a product, yes, they become a client, they become a customer, and that's where their experience begins. I'm here to tell you that that is not true. All right. The customer experience starts from the very first time they actually come onto your website or they have encountered you on social media. Yes, you're on social media, that's a system in itself. They move from your social media to your website, and once they come onto your website, that's where your actual systems start kicking in your business. So the customer experience starts from the time they encounter you on social media or on your website, right? Good morning, Claudia. So one of the things I want you to keep at the back of your mind as we go through how you can marry the two together is remember that your customer experience begins from the time they encounter you. Now, the systems will come in with your processes and how they seamlessly flow from becoming lookers or visitors on your website to actually becoming a paid customer or a client, right? Now, one of the questions as a business owner, especially an online business owner, that you should be asking yourself is what does your customer experience look like in your systems? What does your customer experience look like in your systems? That's the first question you need to ask yourself. Because if your systems are not set up correctly, if you don't have proper processes, you don't have your processes documented, how can your customers seamlessly flow through your processes in your business? And this is where frustration comes in. This is where overwhelm comes in. And then you find that you're going to lose them along the journey of becoming your client or your customer because you don't have proper systems and processes in place. right? So the first question you should be asking yourself, what does your customer experience look like in your systems? When they come onto my website, what is the layout? Is the layout speaking to my ideal clients or my ideal customers? Are how they can contact me, how they can get inquiries, how can they communicate with me, what does that system look like? If they wanted to have more information about a specific product or service, is that information readily available to them? Is that information clear and concise? If they want to book you for a consultation call, if they want to jump on a call with you, what does that actual system look like? Is it easy for them? Because one of the things that you need to remember is that we live in an instantaneous society, because everything is at the tip of our thumbs and our fingers. And getting persons from point A to point B in the fastest possible time, but not only in the fastest possible time, but also in the with less movements or less clicks or less steps, makes it easier for them to get from point A to point B. If we can cut out the middleman, or if we can cut out 3 or 4 steps to get to point B, we are okay with that. And that is the reality of the society that we're living in, especially as an online business owner. So, what are their experience? What does that experience look like in your systems? So, what I want to share with you are about 5 things that you can start doing to start marrying your customer experience to your systems. So, I know some people are still now joining in the stream. So, if you are new, hey, my name is Elisha Jacobs. I am the CEO of Innovative G Solutions. I'm also a Kartra expert, tech coach, all that good jazz. And I help service professionals, coaches, course creatives save time by leveraging the power of technology in their business so they can focus on their zone of genius. I'm all about automation, systems, processes, and all that good jazz. So today we're talking about marrying your customer experience to systems, and I'm about to share 5 things that you can start doing today in this very moment uh, to start that marriage. All right. So, the first question I did ask for those who are now coming in, just to give you a recap, I asked, what does your customer experience look like in your systems? What is the experience of those persons visiting your website, visiting your scheduled page, visiting your products page, visiting your contact page? What does that look like? Are they able to seamlessly move through your systems and processes? After you answer that particular question and really be honest with yourself and your systems, the first thing that you need to do is have a clearly defined strategy for your systems and your processes. Now, let me differentiate the difference between your systems and processes. Your processes are the actual tasks or the everyday things that you do in your business. So, a typical task would be like on a weekly basis or every 2 days, you want to send out an email to your email list. That is a specific process or a task. So you can put that on autopilot, and you can use a system such as the email marketing software to do that for you. So it's like bringing the two together. So you don't have to do it. You can just sit one day and say, well, okay, this is the email I want to send out on this day and that time, and the system is going to do the rest for you. So you need to have a clearly defined strategy for your systems and your processes. Now, there is a saying, and this goes back to biblical, without a vision, the people perish. And that applies to everything in your business. If you don't have clearly defined strategies, clearly defined goals, clearly defined objectives for anything in your business, it makes no sense you having a business. If you don't have clear goals, if you don't have a clear strategy, be it marketing, sales, social media, your website, your systems, your tech, everything needs to have clearly defined strategies. And for your systems and for your customer experience, it's the same thing. You need to clearly define what it is you want these specific processes and systems to do, What is the end goal? What is the end result? And also, you need to craft a strategy and action plan to reach those goals and those objectives. So, yes, you want to enhance your customer experience. Yes, you want when persons tap into your website or tap into any one of your processes or your systems, they're able to seamlessly go through them. But if you don't have a clearly defined strategy or action plan or a clearly defined goal or end game, you're wasting time. Right? So the first thing you need to do is to define your strategy, define your goals and your objectives when it comes to your customer experience, as well as your systems and processes. Write it down. I'm a firm believer in pen and paper. So all my systems, all my processes, everything, I get a big sketch pad and I sketch it out. What I need to see stuff visually. And for a lot of persons, they're like that. They need to see stuff visually. So map that out. What would be the flow? How they would flow through your systems and your processes. What would that experience look like along the way? What are the things that need to be done? And you outline that on paper before you get into the actual tech or the actual solution, and then you build it into the solution, right? So that's the first thing that you can start doing to marry your customer experience to your systems. The next thing you want to do, and they should be first, but once you have that clearly defined strategy, one of the things that you need to do is to audit your current clients or your customers. Find out what are their experience. This is where you're asking for feedback, you're asking questions, and you're also getting persons to go through your processes. Once they've gone through your process, questions you can ask like, okay, when you booked the call, how was booking the call? How did you find on a scale from 1 to 5? Was booking a consultation call with me easy? Was it complicated? Was it fast? These are questions that you need to ask. Based on those feedback and those responses, you move into the next step where you're going to be modifying your workflows to enhance the customer's experience. Because, truth be told, people are quick to cancel you, people are quick to write a bad review, especially if their experience with your business was not nice. And that's the reality of it. They take more time to write a good review versus if they have a bad experience, they're going to write that bad experience very quickly. So, audit your current clients. If you have 5 persons would have purchased from you last month, or they booked a service or they book a consultation call with you, get back into their emails or their inbox and find out from them what their experience was like booking you, or what was their experience purchasing your products and your services. In that way, you get an understanding of their thought process. And this is where you now modify the workflows to enhance the future clients and customers that will be coming in. And even those persons who want to be repeat customers, you're enhancing their experience. So in the first instance, when they book or they purchase from you, they had this experience. If they come back because they value the information, they value the service, they value the product, and they will be like, okay, something is different. This is different from the first time I actually went through booking a service or buying a product. All right. You always have to keep modifying and enhancing your customer experience. And the reason why I'm really paying emphasis on this, because technology advances every day. Please keep that in mind as an online business owner. Solutions, platforms, everything, technology advances every day. From at the back end of it, if you're on a specific platform, you find that they would write you emails to tell you that a new feature has been added. You can now do this, or they've enhanced or fixed bugs or fixed different features on that platform. The reason for that is because as they're getting feedback from users on the platform, they're actually using that feedback to enhance the platform. The same thing goes for your business. Get feedback from your clients and your customers and even your community, and how you can enhance your workflows and your experience, their experience with you. All right. Now, yes, technology advances every day. And because technology advances every day, you have to pay attention to platforms and their updates, and also adjust your workflows where necessary. If there's a specific feature of a platform that you were looking for and you were waiting for them to release, you can see how best you can incorporate that into your workflows and your processes. Right? Another thing that you want to do when it comes to your customer experience and your systems is performing quality checks for optimization. All right. So all of this ties into what I talked about a few minutes ago. Perform quality checks. For my business, I usually do this every month because I'm a service based business and I'm heavy on the tech. So I'm always seeing when features are being updated on the platforms that I'm using, and I have to go in and make certain necessary adjustments. So always perform quality checks. Make sure that everything is in order. Make sure your processes are up to date. Make sure that your systems are up to date. Make sure you're backing up where necessary or if needed. Make sure that your links are working. A lot of us have link in bio, especially those who are on Instagram. We have our link in bio page, or that page with all our links. And sometimes when persons do discover you on these platforms, they go to the page and they tap on the button or they tap on a link and they get that 404 broken link error. We don't want that to happen. So we just want to ensure that we are performing quality checks, ensuring that our links are working. And I will also go a step further for those who have automated welcome sequences. For persons opting in to your email list, you want to ensure that you are checking the links of those emails as well. If you have links inside of your emails, check those links, double check them. Because I know time and time again, this has happened to me as well. Time and time again, persons, you create the email in that moment, you have a link, and then maybe later on down the line, you make a change, and so you forget to go back in and you update those links. So when persons do receive that email, it's a broken link or it's an outdated link, and that can be a turn off for a lot of people. So you just want to ensure that you're checking your links, making sure that your processes and your systems are of a high quality, right? The fifth thing I want to also share is creating standard operating procedures in your business. Once you've identified gaps in your systems, in your processes, or in your customer experience, this is where you'll need to start developing standard operating procedures so you can mitigate those gaps. Meaning, okay, for example, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I realized that there was a gap in how persons can actually reach out to myself or my team for support. A lot of times, emails get lost in a whole lot of other emails. Yes, you have email support. So I had to create a standard operating procedure for communication with my clients, because a lot of times so much email is coming in on a daily basis that sometimes we do miss the email, and it's not really missing the email, but you saw the email because you're doing something else, especially if you're multitasking, you're doing something else, so an email is missed, and right away it was brought to my attention that I missed that email. So in that way, I now had to develop a standard operating procedure to deal with communication with our clients. Simple document, and also put systems in place and new processes in place of how persons can reach out to us. So it's not one way, it's like four different ways now in which persons can reach out to us if they need any technical support, right? So create standard operating procedures. Make sure you have them in place, especially if you're expanding and you're bringing in a team or you're building a team. You need to have those standard operating procedures. I also have standard operating procedures for communication on social platforms, SOPs for um, emailing, how we email. Even our email marketing have standard operating procedures. So it's all about your customers' experience with your company that matters. If they have a bad experience, they're not going to return. And the current persons who are in your system, if they feel overwhelmed and frustrated and they can't communicate with you, or they cannot seamlessly flow through your systems, they're just going to be one time purchasers. They're not going to be recurring, and this is where they're not even going to recommend you to other people. So from today's, ask yourself, what does your customer experience look like in your systems? What is my customer's experience when they visit my website? What is my customer's experience when they visit my scheduling page? What does my customer experience look like when they visit the contact page, my link in bio page, when they visit my social profiles? Is my information up to date? Do I have the right address, email, contact information? Right? These are questions that you need to be asking on a regular basis, and you should be optimizing and enhancing your customers' experience with your systems. All right. All right. So I'm going to open the floor for any questions. I know that these platforms may have a few seconds delay. So if you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments or using the question box for Instagram. If you have any questions, I'm going to wait about a minute or so and then we will close off the stream. Right? So, just to recap, ask yourself, what does your customer experience look like in your systems? Have a clearly defined strategy for your systems and your processes. Audit your current clients, find out from them, ask question, ask for feedback. If you have a business bestie, let them go through your processes or go through how they can persons can book with you, so they can give you an honest opinion. Okay, well, something is broken and this needs to be fixed. All right, so audit your current clients and your customers experience, modify those workflows or those processes to enhance their experience, perform quality checks for optimization. So this can be done every quarter, it can be done every 2 weeks, every month, however often. Please make sure you are performing quality checks and start to create standard operating procedures. Put them in place so you can do you, and your team can also follow along with your policies. Right? So if there is no questions, thank you so much for joining the stream today. Really do appreciate it. If you're on the replay, you can let me know, hashtag replay. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me and I am more than happy to answer your questions. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys back in the next live stream. Bye.